Hi everyone, welcome to the new episode of TIP. We have Bhavika Gaur with us, who is the founder of Tapaha. Hi Bhavika, so here comes your first question. As an introduction, can you please tell us about yourself, your background, and what brought you to start Tapaha?
Okay, so hi everyone, I am Bhavika and I'm an international yoga fitness trainer. Well, when I talk about my background, I am from Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh, and I did my graduation from Bangalore, which was again in yoga. I did my bachelor's in yoga. Along the time, I have traveled across the globe, across India to study more in fitness, to study more in about yoga, be it under the Ashtanga facility. There are various facilities in yoga. So I traveled and I learned more about it. Then I went ahead, did my Pilates course. So there are different fields that I did my education in. So yeah, that's when I got more keen about like how about I just start my own thing because I am somebody I cannot work under a particular person for a very long period of time. So I was like, okay, chalo, apna hi start karte hain. If I can make somebody else rich by giving my 100%, why can't I just give my 200% to my own self and work ahead with that? So yeah, that's how it started. No problem.
Please tell us something about your early days when you started Tapaha. What kind of challenges you faced building Tapaha?
Okay. So in 2018 mid, I returned back to India. Before that, I was in Dubai. So 2018 mid, or probably at the end of part of it, I returned back to India and with a keen objective that I want to start something of my own in India and build a brand here with authentic fitness services. So that's when like Tapa ka naam came after a very long period of time. There was a lot of discussion behind it for like months along what should be the name of the brand. That's when we came around with Tapa. So between 2018, end of part of it, I would consider from October till 2019, September, August, I worked with almost all of the fitness and health sector departments or gyms in Kanpur, just to understand how the fitness brand or fitness facility or fitness as an industry is in this particular city, how much people are keen about it, because yoga is something that is very much Indian, but the Westerners are getting more attracted towards it than the Indians themselves. And in cities like Kanpur, the three tier cities like Kanpur, yoga is still not that of a thing. They're more like loha utha lete hain, gymming kar lete hain wala situation. So yes, it was challenging to make people understand that how important yoga is, and yes, they should be going ahead with that. So it took me a year to understand the market, to work with people around here, to travel each and every gym, work there as a trainer. I even used to take PTs, home PTs, virtual PTs, and everything. So yeah, after that, when I thought ki haan chalo, now is a perfect time that I can actually gamble around with the thing and open up my own thing. So that's when I opened Tapa. And by that time, I myself became a brand in Kanpur, more than Tapa. So it took 1 year. So though Tapa started 2018 October, the entire work behind it started 2000, like an year before.
Okay, presently, what services Tapaha is offering right now?
Okay, so currently we are offering integrated approach of yoga therapy, which involves how to cure any stress-related disorder using the integrated approach of yoga as a therapy, starting from normal gastrointestinal disorders until cancer. We provide therapies for all of that as an alternative medicinal cure. Along with that, we offer Pilates, mats, reformer, everything. We offer cardiolates, we offer Bowel. Bowel is a ballet dance fitness routine, which is only in Tapa when it comes to, and if I consider the entire state, there's nowhere else. It's only in Tapa. And then we are offering strength and conditioning, we're offering Zumba, aerobics, and a lot of, so it's more like a gym for your mind, and you are completely dependent upon your own body. We don't use any machines. It's all about a functional training and using your own body weight. So everything related to that.
How has been family been supportive to you?
Okay. So honestly, when I talk about it, I was never keen into yoga. I never even knew what yoga is. I always wanted to be an actor. I always wanted to be a model. But then since that didn't happen, my objective was to go somewhere out of Kanpur and stay in a metropolitan and learn something which is away from that regular CA, BTech, engineering, and doctor. Yes, sir, it wouldn't have been my thing. That's when yoga happened. And that's how all it started. So, yeah.
What are some of the important things to keep in mind while starting yoga or fitness studio in India?
Okay. So in India, I would bifurcate this entire industry into two platforms. One is the metropolitans and the other, like tier one and tier two cities. It's completely different. And when it comes down to tier three, tier four, and all, it's a completely different sector altogether. So if somebody wants to start up their own business, if they want to start up their own thing when it comes to yoga, especially, then they should specifically study the city, study how the city is reacting towards it. It's okay if you have to go to their houses and teach them, understand that, and only then invest your time, energy, or money into a complete setup. But first, understand the market. You cannot sell a product if there's no requirement for the product. So first you need to create that demand for the product.
Most companies look for funding. What is your take on funding?
Okay. I believe personally, I didn't take any funding from anybody. Okay. I had my own savings. Yes, there was a time when I required some more. So I took up a loan. I didn't really go for the funding thing initially. Now people are coming for that. Investors are coming in. So if you think that your product is capable enough to provide, see, initially nahi aa jayega profit, but if you think that your product is capable enough that you can ask for somebody else to put in their money and they can actually benefit out of it, if you're that capable about it, then definitely go ahead with funding. If you can get it from somebody or anybody who can invest you with that thing. But if you feel that you can start it with the scratch and build it to the top and you don't really have to take it from somebody else, go for it. I'm like all keen about it.
What are various career opportunities available in fitness industry?
Fitness is one of the booming industries right now, considering the situation right now. The only industry, if I consider it, I consider three industries which are actually in a profit right now. That's the health sector, hospitals and everything. Then the education sector, all the schools and colleges. Though the education system was happening online, yet they were receiving the fees and everything. And the third is fitness sector because it all changed globally online. All right. So for somebody who is keen about health, who is keen about fitness, it can take you to heights. It can make you millions and billions of bucks in your pocket, but you have to have a correct education behind it. There's huge career opportunities in that.
If anyone is thinking about starting their yoga or fitness studio from scratch, what will be your suggestions to them?
Okay. As I said, understand the market. So you would know which city you want to start up, or if you are planning to start it online, you would know what are the requirements. Play with your key points, play with your niche, provide your niche, and every time, don't give all of it in one go. Keep something within yourself. थोड़ा तो अपने पास रखो and gradually, when time comes, hit it up with something new, hit it up with something new. But it's all about understanding the market, because fitness market, when I consider globally, is huge. People can make huge, but there are huge brands as well, right? So it's all about understanding the market and then presenting your product.
What is the most important thing you're working on right now and how it is making to happen?
Okay, so currently I'm working on my website come app situation. So we have converted Tapaha completely online along with the setup that we have. So in the website, we are launching with, I would say, least expensive or very pocket friendly workout plans, which are pre-recorded, and anybody in the world can actually get access to it. Along with that, we have even started with getting in people who are educated in various alternative medicines, be it Ayurveda, be it naturopathy, and we are forming up a team how we can collaborate all the different alternative medicines of Ayush and get it to each and every house dog. So this is what we are working on right now. Yes, we have crossed few ladders. We are a little up, but still a long way to go.
Any suggestions for our wannabe entrepreneurs?
Okay. Entrepreneur, the term is very fancy. Okay. Everybody wants to be that. Nobody wants to work that 9 se 6 wala job anymore. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. But people need to realize, as much as it sounds fancy, being an entrepreneur is not fancy. You have to give your blood, you have to give your sweat, you have to give everything to it. Forget about sleeping, forget about partying. You have to give everything that you have. So if you think that you can dedicate all of your life, yes, you can take some breaks. Obviously, who doesn't want break? Who doesn't require break? But you have to give in. I sleep 3 hours to 5 hours a day. I start working from 6 o'clock in the morning and I work till 10, 11, 12 in the night. I have meetings, I have everything. And I haven't even reached a very high scale. There are people who are working probably more than that and they are making huge. Also, for an entrepreneur, somebody who is keen about getting into this thing, understand your niche, understand what you want to deliver. What you want to deliver, if there's already a demand for it, it becomes easy for you. But if you're bringing in something that there is no demand and you want to attract, then create a demand for that. So it's a complete war of sweat and blood that you have to put in.
What has been the biggest challenge you have ever faced till date?
Okay. In cities like Kanpur, the biggest challenge that I faced was from people who are certified fitness trainers from YouTube, and people believe in them. Okay, everything is available on YouTube, but why do people go into gyms or come down to studios or come down to trainers like us? Is because they have no idea what is suitable for somebody. Like if I pick up any particular exercise, there's a contraindication for that exercise and there's a benefit for the exercise. And there are a lot of people, especially in 2 tiers, 3 tiers, and below that, who have learned everything from YouTube, which might or might not have implied on their body, and they call themselves trainers. And then they enter the market and start teaching it to people. And people have lack of questioning ability, especially in 2 tiers and below that. Okay, because of which the entire market of fitness in these tier cities have been like of a really low standard. It has come down very low. So that has been one of the biggest challenge in making the client or the person who is putting their money to learn something new understand how to question for the authenticity where they're putting their money in. Because we fitness trainers are equivalent to doctors. We don't just handle their physical body, we work on their emotions, we work on their psychological aspects, physical aspects, their illness, everything. So education is really important. People say entrepreneur बनने के लिए you don't really need education. All that you need is the jazba to be it, jazba to rule the world and everything. But when it comes to health and fitness sector, you need to have basic education. People don't even know कि body parts क्या है, and they call themselves fitness trainers, right? And then they're curing people. They acclaim to be great, body bana liya, injections le liya, sab kar liya. Not everybody is doing that, but at least 80% of the people are doing that, and people are believing them. So that has been the biggest challenge for me in a city like Kanpur, to educate people how to understand what's best for them. Bhed chal se alag hat ke choose what is best for you. So that has been